What's happening, video world? Yes, indeed. All my V-dubs out there, my video viewers, double V's, dub V's, that is. Welcome once again to the channel that's bringing you complete entertainment. All rolled up in one. What channel might that be? Well, I'm glad you thought it. The channel I'm referring to is the one and only one, DJ B Long Studio. Now, you might say, what's so different about this channel? And I say to you that the difference will be you. That's right, the difference will be you tuning in to keep up with a variety of current topics, including music, sports, domestic and worldwide social events, politics in the house, religion, and of course relationships, just to mention a few. It's all about the entertaining and enlightening. Entertaining and enlightening you in various ways, all under one umbrella. And that umbrella, of course, is the umbrella of DJ B Long Studio, bringing you a variety of mix of all kinds of things where you can find it all under one umbrella. Today's feature will be, one of my favorites, Sports Fanatics. Yes, indeed. All the sports fanatics out there, what's happening? What's happening in the sports world? All the diehard sports lovers. I'm talking about those of you that eat, sleep, dream, and probably shit sports. To those of you that, just got to have it, I present to you the show Sports Fanatics Premiere. Now, on this show, my featured guests will talk about some of the hottest issues in sports by giving their unbiased opinions without any political correctness. That's right, no PC on this show, no PC on this one. This is not intended to be a debate, an opinion-based show, based with facts included. Now, you know what they say about opinions. Yeah, you know what they say. If you don't, let me enlighten you. They are just like assholes. Everyone has one, but some stink more than others. At the end of the day, it's still your opinion. And as long as it's your opinion, no one, nobody can tell you that it's right or wrong. So without further ado, let's meet our panels for the day as they chime in. Okay, up front right now, looks like we're going to get started with my man Jay. Jay, what's going on?
Everything's lovely right about now. Ready to get into this.
That's great. That's great, Fred. I'm glad you had a chance to stop through and stuff and come and holler at us on our world premiere, if you will, of Sports Fanatics. And again, like I said, this is all about your opinion, unbiased opinion. I'm saying no political correctness going on here, Jay, so you can leave your politician hat in the bathroom, okay? Yeah. So, Jay, before we get kicking here and rolling, you wanna just enlighten people a little bit about who you are and what you. Well, you don't necessarily have to tell us what you do. There's such a thing as called TMIs. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to know what you do. Based on your email name, I don't know, boy, if we really want to know what you do.
No, that's in the past. But me, being from Miami, got a lot of family in Cali, so instead of repping the Dolphins, I rep the 49ers. Been a fan since '85. So, I know it's kind of weird from one place, got a team from another, but it is what it is. I don't go by that you cheer for the home team only kind of deal. I'm just more like, you should never be a bandwagoner. You got one team.
Say, well, come on, man. You can't. You got to have more than one team.
It's nothing wrong with liking other teams. You know, you might like because you know you from Florida. You see somebody from any part of Florida on a football team. You gonna cheer for them. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't going
Right.
necessarily like, oh, this is my team. You know what I mean?
Right. I feel you on that, but listen, man. You know, you got so what happens? Let me ask you this. You know, you cheer for one team. For me, I cheer for players. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
Right.
players don't figure it out. They just like this. They know the owners are not loyal to them to the end. You know what I mean?
Of course not. Of course
So
not.
they're not trying to be loyal. So as a fan, now are you sticking with your team, or you got certain players you want to follow around the league?
Well, you know, I do both. You know, I stick with my team, but you know, for example, I still was when years ago when Terrell Owens was playing. That's like my favorite 49er. Yeah, I was cheering for him at Philly. I hope he did well, but never once did I say Philly was my team.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So you follow TO then. That's kind of the way I am as well. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like to stay with the players, and I follow them around the league, man. You know how many Deion Sanders jerseys I got from different teams. How many? You know what I'm saying? Because at prime time was
Right.
my player, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Warren Moon. I mean, I may be dating myself a little bit and stuff for some of
Warren
those
Moon
out
was
there
the
that
man
don't.
though.
Yeah, I'm saying, but a lot of these youngsters don't know who
Now I don't
Warren
know who
Moon
he
was.
is.
They don't know who he is. Warren Moon was one of the first ones to actually start doing that running, what they call it, running shoot, or
Running shoot,
that,
yeah.
that up, yeah, running
And
shoot
Houston
offense,
Oilers,
man.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Look here, but yeah, man, I got that him, McNabb. I mean, I was a big McNabb fan too. Like you said,
Mhm.
but I was a Philly fan too, even back when they had Randall Cunningham. So I rolled with them then at that point as well. So, but yeah, I kind of follow the players, but I do follow teams. I'm kind of sort of rooting for the Dolphins a little bit this year. But I always root for the teams with the black quarterbacks, the black
Oh
coaches.
yeah, most
You know what
definitely.
I'm saying? And so that's typical of the teams I'll actually follow. But
Right.
in the meantime, it's hard to be a sincere sports fan. I mean, dedicated sports fan because these players, man, they move on you in a heartbeat, and you can't blame them.
No, I don't never blame players. These owners make so much money, and they complain about when these players want more, which I think is ridiculous because you don't have them, you won't be making the money that you're making.
Right, exactly. So yeah, definitely, man. The way I see it, if the owners can afford to pay them cats that money, think about the kind of money they making.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you just paying one or two guys. You got what is it, 52, 53 people on the
Yeah,
team, and
53
then you
people
got
on
the
the
practice
roster.
squad. You got
Right.
the practice squad. So these owners are banking.
Big
They're
time.
banking. I mean, you can't even count their money with an electronic calculator. But okay, look here. Looks like we got a few people chiming in and stuff. And what I'll do is, like I said, you can let your people know too. We can do some live chatting, and every now and then I'll go ahead and throw that chat up there. We got Kevin. Kevin, what's up, Kevin? Kevin coming up at us. I'm in. I'm glad to see you got in. And what we do, Kevin, is like I said, we're just going to be chopping it up a little bit. And I know what's interesting to you, what you're interested in. But we're gonna talk a lot about sports today. Uh, thus the name Sports Fanatics as the show. And then, but there's some other things, Kevin, down the line. I got planned for you in regards to some of the things you and I spoke about in the past. So it's a little bit more serious subject matter as far as the show is concerned. So I'm just rolling them. I'm rolling them out like Dunkin' roll out donuts. So, but that's in the meantime, which this is what we're gonna do for the day. We're gonna talk a little bit about. We're gonna browse through some gymnastic stuff and NBA stuff. Of course, we're remiss to not talk about football. You know what I'm saying? We gotta talk about football. But anyway, that's kind of how we're gonna roll with that, Kevin. And I'm glad you know where to find me at this point. And again, of course, hey, we got Shorty, and this was and Jay. Just so you know, as people chat in, I don't know if you can see the chats, but
Yeah.
I'll post them. You see them?
Yeah. But I see it posted too.
So you see it before I post it on the.
Yeah. I can see
Okay,
it in
cool.
the comments. And
All right, great. All right, so Shorty is here to support us. About doggone time, Shorty. They said, boy, you was MIA for the longest, and nobody could talk to you but Miss Williams. But anyway, glad to see you can make it. Hopefully, you chime in a little bit and respond to some of the things that we're talking about, and who knows, going forward in the future, we may be able to collaborate and get you on this panel. As a matter of fact, I'll throw this out there right now. If anyone, right now, we have room on the channel. If anyone at some point, if you want to shoot me your email address and you want to come on live, shoot me your email address. And what I'll do is bring you on the set right now. You know what I'm saying? But I can't bring everybody. But if you get to me quick enough, I'll bring you on the set. You can chime in, sit down with me and Jay at this point, and we can chop it up as well regarding that. Okay. So that's kind of how we roll. And there's no, like I said, there's no restrictions here other than a couple of things, and there's some choice words that we definitely don't tolerate and stuff right here being along the studio. But again, we definitely want people to speak their opinions. And like I said in monologue, that nobody can tell you your opinion is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can tell you your opinion. That's your opinion. Now they can disagree with it, but they can't tell you you're wrong. Now they can dispute facts and stuff. If you start spitting out some facts that are erroneous, then of course, then you. Hey, listen, like Jay, you know what I'm saying? Jay be coming up here talking about San Francisco gonna win the Super Bowl. They win this past them now. They win this past them now. But it's all good though, Jay. They may get another shot at it at some point down the road. But in the meantime, what we're doing is, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and touch on a few things. We're waiting for a couple more panel members to chime in. But in the meantime, Jay, what we do, we definitely we had the Olympics that turned out, just finished up for the most part. And one of the subjects that I kind of wanted to touch bases on was Simone Biles. And to me, I'm sure you know who she is, man. To me, that girl was unbelievable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It came to gymnastics, man. There's talk that she was even the greatest of all time of any sport. And if you ever watched her, man, it was like she was so graceful in the air, spinning and turning. I'm like, man, how is she doing all that? You know what I'm saying? How is she doing all that? But at the end of the day, man, what shocked the world, it's that she kind of had a mental breakdown.
Right.
Had a mental lapse and stuff, and really couldn't compete for several events during the Olympics. She really couldn't compete because she just had a mental block and that she couldn't get past, man. And and that's very seemed to be very common, and you hear it a lot from top athletes.
Right.
You hear it a lot from top athletes and stuff, and so it's like, okay, there is some pressure, even though they like to say they don't feel no pressure. Apparently, some of them, are succumbing to that pressure, and it's affecting them mentally, and so that's some crazy stuff. Because I don't know if I'm sure you remember Brandon Marshall.
Oh, of course. I was proud of him. I think what people don't understand, especially in the Black community, they want to shy away from getting counseling for mental health. Your mental health is very, 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 very important. And I think with Simone Biles is, all that pressure. And you got to understand, these athletes, this is not like the 80s where you might just see it on the news, but you see it all the time. You pick up your phone, you see it on YouTube, you see all the negative comments on, Instagram or whatever social media. It's 24/7. It's not like, back in the 80s where you could just brush off the paper. You can just brush off seeing it for like 15 seconds on the news. You know what I mean? So, in my opinion, yeah, I really do believe it's real. Mental illness is real. And if anybody has some kind of mental illness, they need to get and seek some help for real. It's not a joke. I mean, we see it with her. We see it with, some people want to say it was CTE with Richard Sherman, but no, he had a mental breakdown a month before he did that incident. So it's real, definitely real.
No doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. And we talk about athletes, and of course, you're not going to hear about the average, everyday type of person because they're not in the limelight like some of the athletes.
Right.
But listen, Naomi Osaka. You see what she did. another one, the number one tennis player in the world.
Right.
And she couldn't. She had a breakdown. She couldn't handle the press conferences anymore. She just said, "You know what? I'm done with this." And done with this. And really, apparently it carried over into the Olympics too because she actually I think she finished. I don't know if she got a bronze or not, but she didn't win. She didn't win the gold in the Olympics in tennis. So and she's another a young person. So maybe these younger people are not as resilient to it as some of the older people. But you had Kevin Love had that issue. Kevin Love was kind of like him and Brandon Marshall was kind of like the first people that I actually heard that was actually dealing with that kind of stuff on a professional level.
Well,
Kevin
I
Love
mean,
was he
many, a lot of them go through it. They just handle it differently. But you got to understand everybody's situation is different. We don't know what they really going through. I mean, we just see that they making all this money, and you see them smiling in the press and so forth and so on. But we don't know what's going on, behind stage. You know what I mean? Like you said, they are really just regular people. They just more talented than most people. You know what I mean?
right, exactly. So yeah, and they got they're a lot more in the limelight. And so that brings that even additional added pressure. You talking about we talk about Kevin Love as well, but uh, what about your boy Playoff Pete, as they call him, Paul George? You remember a couple of years, well, back when they had the bubble, and he was saying he was under some mental stress, and that was back when they were playing in the bubble, and
Yeah, man.
he was
Especially if you getting strippers pregnant and you got to pay all that money too. That's gonna make you go crazy.
right. Hey, listen, they didn't go into a whole lot of details. I mean, it wasn't just basketball that was probably driving them crazy and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
they
rumor,
still do.
and rumor had it that I guess rumor had it that his girl was from your favorite spot.
Oh yeah, she
Well, you,
was. Yeah,
oh
she
yeah.
was. Yeah, yeah. That's not a
Okay.
rumor.
Hey,
Nah.
that's the real deal on that one and stuff. And then, of course, I'm sure I'm a big San Francisco fan. Well, this happened out on the West Coast matter of fact, I think that was the last team he played for. That mess that went down with Richard Sherman.
Yeah,
You know what I
like I
mean?
said, he had according to his friends, they went to visit him a month before that happened because he was already breaking down. I mean, I'm not rushing to say it was CTE with him because, like I said, we don't know. We don't know what's going on. But if your friends are visiting you, you having a breakdown. But let's think about Richard Sherman for a minute. You're on top of your game for all those years, and your career is pretty much over because nobody has reached out to try to sign him in all this time, way before this even happened. You know what I mean? I mean, he's definitely lost a step, and it doesn't seem like people are willing to pay that money. He's 33 years old. That's almost ancient in the NFL. You know what I mean?
Right,
Tom
right.
Brady's. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't happen all the time. You play until you 40.
No, no, not well. Like,
I think you froze up a little bit.
Okay, Jay, I got you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on here. My internet flashed in and out also, so I'm not sure what was happening with that, and it did freeze on both frames. So hopefully that's something that's behind us. Hopefully it's not what we can expect, going forward for the duration here of this show. But either way, we kind of forged through it. But yeah, that's what happened, for me as well. So. But yeah, man, just in closing out regarding that mental behavior thing. Now, kudos to Simone, because she actually finished tied with the most medals in women's gymnastics history. She tied with the most medals.
Nice.
She would have broke that record, had she not missed a couple of those events. But she
Hmm.
wound up. But I mean, 4 years from now, I mean, she's young. So who knows? She may still
Yep.
be able to do that. I know you and I, as we got older, boy, our skills declined drastically.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, hopefully that'll be the case for her, to where she get to a point where she can go ahead and break that record in 4 years from now, when the next Olympics occur. Now, as I mentioned, people are already referring to her as the goat. That's a big hand. That's a big hand to deal her. But
Right.
she was definitely living it up to it, man. She was definitely
Yeah.
living up to it. So
Yeah, it's
kudos
good.
to
It's
her.
good to see her boyfriend was supporting it too. That's good because you need support in that kind of situation. I think he's an NFL player. I forget his name.
Oh, who? Simone?
Yeah,
Oh,
had an
okay.
article about him supporting her.
Oh, okay. That's great, man. That's great. And you know what? And speaking of support, I love the support that incident with Richard Sherman at his stepdad's house, father-in-law's house,
Mm.
and the way his wife, she didn't come back and bash him or anything. Like, she
Nope.
stayed behind him. And matter of fact, that whole Seattle community stayed behind him. You know what I mean? They supported him. And matter of fact, and this don't happen too often. This don't happen too often. He lucky the cops didn't kill him, because we know how
Right.
that black we know how that usually turn out.
But well, the wife actually said when she did the 911 call, he's not armed. So letting them know, don't come like you usually trying to do. See a
But,
black man want to shoot. So
right,
he's
they
not
don't come with you.
armed.
Leave
He
all your
hasn't
weapons
hurt.
drawn.
Yeah, he say he's not armed. He hasn't hit anybody. He hasn't hurt anybody. So, that's like his wife. That you don't get that too many times. You have a domestic disturbance. You know what I mean? So, yeah, a lot of respect to her for that.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And like I said, even the judge, man, when he finally went to court with it, the judge, she released him without any bail. She
Well,
re-
what they said, I mean, if we look at Richard Sherman throughout his whole career, I mean, he's always been a good dude. You know what I mean? And from what I understand, he's done a lot in the community, especially in Seattle. So, I mean, it was a situation that was unfortunate, a situation that nobody got hurt. So, I mean, why release him and have him do all this bail and so forth and so on? You know what I mean? For a mistake, you know.
right,
And he's
right.
never been arrested ever before in his life. That's the first time he ever been arrested too. So, a lot of times they just automatically think we got 3, 4, 5 arrests already. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So,
Right. Yeah, exactly. So that's good. He did have a clean record, but and like you said, man, his wife, I didn't know she had mentioned all that to them, up to the police. But a lot of times, man,
mhm.
that stuff for them, hey man, the way they be responding, that stuff like going through one ear and coming out the other. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? They if it wasn't Richard Sherman, they recognized who he was, obviously. But it
Hmm.
probably had it not been Richard Sherman, man, they would have came in there shooting up the place,
Oh, of
just
course,
for the hell of it.
of course,
Especially since he kind of resisted a little bit.
right. And they just
Yeah,
looking for any kind of anything is resistance too.
anything. Even you look at him wrong. You look at him wrong.
Yeah,
Resistance.
wrong, and it's resistance. But
I tell you. But yeah, that's crazy, man. I'm glad he worked out, and he actually came out later on and actually mentioned that he had some issues he had to deal with. So like they say, the first step to recovery is to admit that there's a problem. And
right,
so I'm sure he knew, but I'm sure he, like you said, some of his boys, he had done heard it several times on the
right,
inside.
right.
and that was a tipping point for him. I guess sometimes at some point you get your wake up call, and hopefully you'll be able to correct that. In a lot of cases, boy, when you get your wake up call, you find yourself in a real bad situation.
Right.
So kudos to him, man. Kudos to him. So
Yep.
let's listen. Okay, so we're gonna transition off of that for a minute, and we're gonna talk maybe talk a little bit. Look, I know we talk about the football thing, and let me ask you: do you think Aaron Rodgers will have an MVP like season?
I mean, it's highly possible though. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, he's a great quarterback. I mean, you know, I don't want him to beat my team when they play this season, but he's one of the top players out there in the NFL, and I mean, I don't know with the situation with the Packers that's going on right now, what if that will affect his play because it seems like he don't want to be there. And
Right.
at first, they were talking about one of his contracts where they were going to try to restructure it where he can leave at 2023, I believe.
Hmm.
But he really must have wanted to play because I mean, a lot of things is like, why didn't he opt out if he was so unhappy? Because this year you could still opt out for COVID and get paid. He didn't do that.
Right. 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 And I think I thought for a while I thought he was just being a spoiled brat for a minute there, but apparently this is apparently that was something that was brewing with him, and the fact that as good as he did win them a Super Bowl, even though they feel like okay that was so long ago, but hell you got so many other teams that haven't sniffed the Super Bowl, so he did get you a Super Bowl, he got you MVP awards, he kept you in that division. As the number one team for the longest. And but you didn't want to listen to him when he tell you, hey, don't trade this guy, don't trade
Right,
that guy, pick this guy. This is the quarterback. This is your MVP player. This is your Super Bowl quarterback, winning quarterback, and
right.
you want to take no input from him? Come on, man. You know,
The thing, I mean, I don't know how anybody can put anything on Rodgers as far as the offense goes. Because to me, from what I see with the Packers, their defense is trash. I mean, their defense is not that good.
yeah, and it's always been that way.
So I mean, what do you expect him? He great and all, but he ain't that great to just like every quarterback needs at least a decent defense. But I mean, they have no like you can run all over the Green Bay Packers. You got a good line, good running back, you can run all over them.
So yeah, so you run all through them like a bad case of diarrhea, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, they and then then he had some weapons. I mean, I thought for sure. I mean, as a matter of fact, I thought for sure that when they let Jordy Nelson go, I'm like, whoa, how did they
yeah,
do that? We
yeah,
knew that he knew what he meant to Aaron Rodgers. I mean, there's
right,
a few other players but I don't know if any of the rest of them meant as much as Jordy Nelson. And as a matter of fact, Jordy Nelson helped me win my fantasy football championship.
Oh, is that
So
right?
yeah, I got him before everybody knew he was going to be a breakout. I
Okay,
picked him up, but yeah, man. So I get it. I get it. I get his frustrations in that regards. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm just curious as how he going to come out and perform this year with all that in the back of his mind, knowing that he probably won't be there after this year. So his
right.
mind is probably already made up that where he's going to go now. So I don't know. I don't know, but if he's a true competitor, he's going to come out and play his hardest to his fullest, and so he's not
I
going
think he'll do that if that contract is really. I mean, I don't know how valid that is, but that's one of the things I heard that contract they're going to redo his contract where he can leave in 2023. So if that's true, I can't see why he wouldn't ball out.
to. Right, 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 and if nothing else, to prove a point.
Right. So
Hey,
yeah, I have no qualms about Aaron Rodgers going out and playing good football.
yeah, definitely. So they turn around and they brought what was the receiver they brought back in because he wanted him back. Um, the wide receiver that they brought back to Green Bay. He was a slot receiver for Aaron for a long time. Brother too. So, but anyway, they brought him back because Aaron
Not
said they.
Randall Cobb. No, Randall Cobb been
Yeah,
gone, right?
yeah, but they brought him back.
Oh, they brought back Randall Cobb.
Yeah, they brought him back because
Oh, okay.
Aaron told him he wanted him. And so
Okay.
they say, okay, we'll appease you. We'll go ahead and do this for you.
Well,
Now,
shit, he was playing good when he was with Aaron Rodgers.
yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He was balling and stuff. So we'll see how that turns out for him, man. I kind of root for Aaron Rodgers a little bit too, because I know how to, I know what it is when you're going up against the establishment. You know what I
Yep.
mean? They pretend that they're in a situation where they're not holding things down. But please, man, they got all kind of flexibility to do whatever the hell they want to do, and sometimes they try to flex like that. And they actually were flexing on Aaron
Fucking
Rodgers.
hard.
Yeah, so yeah, and you can imagine how that made him feel and stuff. Let me ask you this, Jay.
Mhm.
Now I know you're a big 49er fan and stuff. So what's gonna happen with Garoppolo and what is it? Who's the quarterback they got there? The
Trey
rookie.
Lance.
Yeah.
Trey
What's
Lance.
what's gonna happen with that?
Well, if Garoppolo, see what people have to understand is when Garoppolo is healthy, he wins. You know, he's 24-8 as a starter, and his main problem is he's always been hurt. You know, um, it's like he plays 1 year, gets hurt, is injured for the next year, plays 1 year, gets hurt, injured for the next year, and people paying you all that money, man, you got to be on that field. So that's why they reached out and got Trey Lance. But Jimmy, don't get it twisted. Jimmy is the starter. They didn't keep him to sit him on the bench and pay him $25 million. You know, it would actually be kind of stupid because, like I said, he wins when he's healthy. So if he's healthy, I can see the 49ers going right back to the Super Bowl again if he's healthy. And if they win it, even if they don't win it, they can actually get something for him. They can get at least a second round pick, get one of those picks back that you got from trading for Trey Lance, get one of those picks back. So I don't expect to see Trey Lance on the field. I expect to see him on the field sporadically so he can get the feel for the game, but I don't expect him to be a starter unless Jimmy gets hurt or he just really, really plays bad, which I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Uh, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, like you said, that's yet to be seen. That's the reason they kept him, and then traded. But I don't know if he's worth those high picks that you just mentioned. So I don't
Trey
know.
Lance, I think he's he's in the best situation out of all the quarterbacks that were picked. 49ers got a great defense. We just re-signed Trent Williams. Got I believe Kevin Mack as center. He's older, but he's still doing his thing. He actually put Javon Kinlaw on his ass in practice. They almost got in a fight.
Right.
so we got the offensive line, the running game. Raheem Mostert from Daytona Beach, Florida. So they got the nucleus for him to succeed. And Kyle Shanahan, he's always been a great offensive coordinator. So I have no doubt that Trey Lance is going to be that man, but he needs to sit. I compare Trey Lance situation more to remember Air McNair for
Right.
Steve McNair from the Tennessee Titans. Well,
Hmm.
they were the Houston Oilers when he was drafted, but you see, they sat him for that year. It's important to sit these quarterbacks for a year. I don't agree with just throwing these quarterbacks in the NFL because more likely they're gonna fail than succeed. If you look at the history of the quarterbacks that sat a year, they succeeded more than the ones that you just throw in the fire.
You there? Okay. No, you didn't
Yeah.
freak. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. You're right with that, man. We kind of curious to see how that's going to turn out and stuff, especially with them. And I don't know. I just don't see them as a Super Bowl ready team, though. Even with Garoppolo, I don't see it. But you might just have that homerism going on right now. You know.
Nah, I mean, I just go by the facts. I mean, it was helping. Like people don't understand. Like we had $80 million of the roster out for pretty much the whole season last year. You ain't gonna win. And if the quarterback play was decent, they probably still could have made it to the wild card. That quarterback was trash. Both those quarterbacks was trash that was playing with the defense, with everybody out. Man, we had like third stringers playing. and he still was playing some decent defense with
Right.
Dirk. We had quarterback. They could at least made it to the wild card. The team is there. It's not like a fluke. You'll see this season. The team is definitely there, man. There's a lot of talent on that football team, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Okay. Well, we're gonna see. Cause that division, man. That division is hot. That division is hot, and you know, any one of them teams can come out of that division. They all strong and stuff. They got the Niners. Of course, the Rams just picked up. Uh, um, shoot, what's his name out of Detroit? The quarterback.
Matt Stafford. All they did was trade for an older Jared Goff.
I think Stafford a little bit better than Jared Goff, though. You know what I'm saying? I think he a little bit. Jared Goff was garbage. They should have called him Jared Garbage. But to me, he never showed me anything from day one. And it took the Rams that long to figure that out. And they had a shot. They had their shot at the Super Bowl. Had they had a better quarterback, they probably would have won. Because you talk about defense, boy, look at
Oh,
him.
that defense is nasty.
Their defense was nasty. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Stafford, because to me, I thought he might have been a little bit overrated. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see how that's gonna turn out.
We'll see. I mean, they 0-4 against the Niners for the last 2 years, so I don't think that's going to change this year. Then we're going to sweep them one more time again.
Well, they like I say, he's an upgrade from Jared Goff. I will say that. So that gives them a fighting chance, especially with that D they got. So I'll give them a fighting chance for that. And then, like I say, I don't see the 49ers as a championship type of team. I really don't. Maybe it's because I don't follow them that much, but or the fact that they got Garoppolo, still taking snaps from behind the center. So I don't know. It's gonna
Buffalo's
be
24-8 starting. All he does is win.
until you get to the playoffs.
They went to the playoffs. They lost the Super Bowl because of poor play calling. They did not run that football like they
No,
did.
no, Jay. That one pass, he had a touchdown pass towards the I think it was late in the fourth quarter. That
Yeah.
Okay, Jay. Boy, look here. I got that Xfinity, boy. That stuff is supposed to be the best. Hey, listen, Jay. Finally, we got somebody else that's just chiming in on us. Uh, and let me go ahead and see what's going on. I need to upgrade. What you talk about? I need to upgrade my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you got. Yeah,
Listen,
man. Are you doing
listen,
it through your phone, or you got a router and you got the modem and
man.
everything?
Please, I got Xfinity. You
It's
know what I'm
so
saying?
you're not doing it through your phone though, right?
No, no, no. I'm on my laptop. I'm on my laptop.
Yeah,
I'm doing it on my laptop.
you
No,
got
I can't handle doing my phone.
you got
Uh,
you got big lots internet.
listen here.
He said AOL. I
Hey,
ain't seen AOL since
JB.
1999.
Hey, brother Bingo.
Hey, boy, listen. Who that
Hey,
talking?
brother.
Well, hey, listen, bro.
Hey, that's
Hey,
hurt.
Hey, my brother Bingo. What's
what's
up,
up?
man?
What's up, there, Tom? Hey, boy, you got some
What's
more
up,
light, boy, cause
man? What's
you,
up?
I
What's
can't
up,
even
fellas?
see you.
He at the spot.
I know,
yeah,
man.
you at the spot.
Hey, don't say that too loud, dog. Don't
Oh,
say it too loud, man.
Okay, well, hey, the spot could be anywhere. You know what I'm saying? The spot could
tell it,
be.
tell it, tell it
It
to
could
say,
be.
oh,
That spot could be at Joe's Chicken Shack. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I know you. I mean, you coming in
yeah,
kind of dark.
yeah,
Yeah, you.
a barbecue spot.
Yeah. No, I'm
All
just
right, man.
saying. You know.
We going to some lights.
He
Okay,
got cricket. His phone is cricket.
I can't. I can't. Yeah, Tony. Let me ask you: are you hearing an echo? Look, it looked like he froze.
Yeah, he got cricket. So they ain't going. I'm messing with him
Uh,
though.
Tony,
is that better, man?
Nah, you got that trash Gator shit on. That's horrible.
Man,
I ain't
you
never
like
liked
them
no
Gators,
damn
boy.
Gators. Not one time.
so he done roll up in here with his.
Hey,
Go ahead.
the college football season about to start, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, not just the college. You got the NFL right up at our doorsteps as well. And so, we Jay and I, we've been talking a little bit about, we talked a little bit about the. I know you wanted to spit some stuff out around the Olympics. So Jay and I talked about some the Olympics for a minute, and I didn't think you wanted to share a couple of things with that because I haven't been following the Olympics. We just talked about Simone Biles and her mental issues. She like this cat I know name used to know name. We used to call him Shorty, and they kept him in a straitjacket, but at least they should have. But anyway, Tony, Tony, you got your pods, or you talking? Oh yeah, I see your pods. Okay, all right. We just want to
yeah, I
make sure
got
you're
them
not
on, man.
making sure we're not getting an echo there. But yeah, we talked about that. Jay and I talked about that a little earlier on, and what we was basically talking about is some of the mental issues that some of the pro athletes are going through. And as far as the update on the Olympics now, I don't follow the Olympics. I don't follow the Olympics at all. I know the USA team. I know they won. I know they won. So I know they won. Who's that? Who you got there in the background?
What? Oh, that was Rashad, man. Yeah.
Okay. All right, because we're picking up the TV or something that's coming in, and it may be creating an echo. I don't know how it sounds live.
Oh, real?
It may be creating an echo for on the channel itself. But right now, Jed, I sounds good. You sound like you
Oh,
somewhat coming in with a little slight echo, so it may be picking up whatever your microphone might be picking. Whatever up is in the background might be picking that up as well. It is picking it up actually. So
yeah. It's a music in the background, man. You heard me, Bingo?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I still hear the background noise though. That's where you got to get away from. Either turn the volume down on the background noise, because it's going to create an echo over the broadcast, and that you don't want to have to listen to it. People have to listen to you echoing, because it's bad enough listening to you when you ain't echoing, and then I don't hear you double echoing and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You got that cricket phone, boy. That's why I keep freezing up. That's cricket.
That's what he got.
I
And
don't
they,
know. I'm fucking with
and they
him.
talking about my Wi-Fi. Yep. But Tony, you can you hear us? I think cricket might crick on out and stuff at this point. Yeah, that's crazy.
Cellular one.
Dang. So yeah, he just dropped. He just dropped off. Okay. So, but anyway, he's trying to. I guess he was trying to make it happen. He was trying to make it happen and stuff. But so Jay, yeah, man, listen. While we are on the subject of football, let me ask you this:
Hmm.
do you think that Deshaun Watson would ever get on the field this year?
Oh, wow. Oh man, that's a hard one to call, man, because
You got me now, bigger?
it's crazy because you don't see anything about him getting any NFL punishment. First I don't think he did anything, but you don't see any NFL punishment, so that means he can play. But then you have the situation where he's doesn't want to play for the Texans. And from the last I heard, that the Texans was willing to trade him. They were listening to offers. So if he gets traded, I expect to see him on the field. But even if he doesn't get traded, he might have to go on the field because his contract. Because if he didn't report to training camp, they said he was going to get docked $50,000 a day.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He showed up for training camp. He wasn't gonna. I mean, you could take that 50,000 and give it to each one of them ladies that allegedly, where he allegedly had some type of uh, let's put it this uncomfortable situation with, as far as they were concerned. Give each one of them 50,000, and I'm sure they'd be happy, because it appears to be something that who knows, who knows where it's gonna go. You know what I mean? But anyway,
No criminal charges. There's no settlements. So, you know, I, I think you just better get a better hobby because.
well, you know what, Jay? I mean, you listen. You know how many of those players get. You can imagine how many players actually have their own personal masseuse. I mean, it just so happened that was during the year, COVID,
Mhm.
and nobody was able to go anywhere,
Mhm.
and so he had the means, he had the financial ability to bring him to him
Hello?
or wherever he met with him at. Yeah, Tony. Tony, where you at, man? I mean, you got too much background noise, player. We can't have you in the back.
He can't even hear.
Oh, Tony, Tony,
Tony,
listen,
man.
this it ain't gonna work, player.
I don't think he can hear you.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to do this then. I'm gonna have to mute his mic then for now, because they doing a drawing or wherever he going through a drawing right now. So
It's
uh,
bingo. Bingo.
that's what it sounds like, don't it? That's exactly what it sounds like. So, but anyway, boy, again, some things just don't never change. Tony, hey Tony, we go out to mute you, man, because we listen to the people in the background. We have to mute you. Uh,
He
uh,
probably don't even have his headphones. He don't even have his headphones. Maybe he's stuck in the phone because he can't hear us.
right, exactly. He should at least be able to hear us. Uh, all right, so I'm gonna leave Tony alone for right now, because he got other things on his agenda. he he got other things on his agenda. But yeah, Jay, to your point regarding that, man, with him, I mean, he to me, he ain't do anything nobody else ain't been doing, or even worse. Now, you
Right.
think,
I don't think he did nothing, to be honest with you. He
right,
paid them. People, especially nowadays, social media days, people trying to get paid to do nothing. So, I just think they just want to get some money.
right, exactly. They want some hush money and stuff. And
Right.
you can remember, if you remember, I think it was about a year ago when Robert Kraft. You remember that mess that happened to Robert Kraft down here in Miami?
Oh yeah, but that went away. That was cool though for him. He was
Yeah,
right. That's cool.
yeah, it was real cool. I mean,
Yeah.
he rolled up in a limousine thinking he was going to be incognito, and all of a sudden, he coming out there, 80 years old, and with a smile on his face. So, and you didn't hear nothing after that, man. After they put that out there, man, he's a billionaire. So he gave him some hush money. He gave him whatever they wanted to sweep that under the rug and was done with it. And Deshaun's saying to these people, listen, I don't care what y'all say. I didn't do anything wrong, and I am not going to pay y'all this money just to say so you'll go away. You
Right.
take, you
So
take
if it was really something that he really did, why don't you want to prosecute it? You know what I mean? If he really did
right,
something, why don't you want to prosecute it? No, you just want to get some money. Get out of here with that, man.
right, exactly. So I'm with him in that regards now. And again, like I said, I don't see nothing wrong with it anyway. Because at that point in time, whenever it went down, whatever went down, it was all about the money at that time.
Yeah, it's all about money. So whatever, they got paid. They just want more.
They wanted more. They wouldn't even think about more. In order for them to do what he wanted them to do, it was about the money.
Of
And he
course.
said, "Okay, I'll give you this," and they did it. Whatever it might be, they did it. I mean, he didn't hold no gun to nobody's head. He held them dollar
Nope.
bills to their head,
Nope.
and that's what got him going.
They spent all the money. Now they're like, oh, I need to get some more.
hmm hmm No doubt. So, but anyway, we'll see, man. I'm hoping that the Dolphins will get him. To tell you the truth, I'm hoping that the Dolphins will get him.
I mean, the Dolphins, like, people say I'm hating, but I'm sorry, man. I don't have no confidence in no Alabama quarterbacks, man, in the NFL. I just don't have any confidence
Mm.
in
None
them. And
whatsoever.
Tua, I don't think Tua. I just don't personally think Tua is going to fare out too good. For one, he was hurt. That's one thing. He stayed hurt. And for
Yeah.
two, I mean, I just don't see it. I don't see the it factor in him in the NFL.
Right. I kind of feel the same way too. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback either. And this year's going to be a big year. He's got to either he make it happen or they make it happen. And I'm curious as to see whether or not you know if Deshaun came available because he wants to come down in Miami.
So what wasn't it like three teams? It's Miami, Denver Broncos, and some other team. I know the 49ers was in the play for him before all that happened, but they dropped off. They just went ahead and got Trey Lance or whatever. But there was another team that wanted them too.
hmm
It's like three teams.
I'm not
So
sure who that third team was, but I'm sure there's more of them out there than that.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They trying to lay low for now, but
Right.
you know what? In Houston, their trade value for him is going down. It ain't going up. Teams
No.
know he don't want to be there. They
Right.
know he's got these criminal charges. Well, not criminal charges.
No,
These
he got
civil
no
charges.
criminal
He ain't
charges.
facing.
None.
Right. So I mean, shoot, I would. Why not? Why not lowball him? You know what I'm saying? Why not lowball him?
But
So
it's the NFL though, man. Some team gonna give them an outrageous thing for him because they want him so bad. The NFL, one thing about the NFL, you can tell that everybody that's a GM really don't know football with some of the stuff that you've seen in the past with some of these trades and some of these signings.
hmm right, right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Let me see what Tony's talking about. Is he over there? Tony, Tony, can you hear me? He can't even hear us. Tony,
Like he's sleep.
Nope.
yeah, Tony, can you hear me? You can't hear nothing? Turn your volume up.
Put your headphones in your phone.
There you go. Oh my goodness. Listen, see. All right, Tony. He tried to make it happen. I see. He probably gonna be there for the next 6 to 7 hours. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, actually, we were kind of trying to see if because Black was supposed to come on also, and you know he said he was sitting at home. I told him go ahead and sign in, and I guess he ain't feeling it at this point. So, but with that being said, though, I'll tell you, Jay. I appreciate you taking the time to to come online and sit there and chat and hold it down for a minute. And what I'm going to do here is I'm looking to do another set, uh, and really one of the sets that I've been doing. And if you see where he see if he changed locations, we'll see where he at now. Where you at? Where you at?
Man, yeah, I can hear you down, man.
What happened? You plug your headsets up?
No, well, what I did, I just deleted it and came back.
Ah, okay. Well,
Yeah,
you got in a quieter spot. I mean, you're a little bit quiet. It's we don't hear as much background noise now. I mean, I don't
yeah, I
know. I don't
know.
know. You where you at now? In the back?
Yeah, I'm in the back.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, it's a little less background noise now, so that's good. We can hear you. The fact that you can hear us. Uh,
yeah,
but
I'm
we've
in the
been
back in the
we.
corner.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So but yeah, Jay and I, we've been talking about a few things here, man. We talked about a few things over the course of the last hour, and which is about an hour. And I kind of wanted to try to keep it down to about an hour 15 minutes as far as airtime is concerned. And what I do, like I say, this is just the first segment of the first show when it comes to sports fanatics. This is the first one for that. And obviously,
Okay.
I would like to try to do one at least once a week or once every 2 weeks. It depends because there's some other stuff I want to throw in between. I want to do what we call and if you're on the channel, you'll see that I have happy hour on a virtual. One and two. But I want to do a happy hour on a virtual again, and I'm thinking maybe Friday or Saturday, where we just we get together again, but it's in a happy hour environment. And what I'll try to do is you know we sit around talking and as if we was at a happy hour. And then of
Cool.
course there's another show. There's another show that I want to roll out a little bit later. But right now, the sports things I want to get because we're kicking off football season. I mean, we really didn't delve into the NBA with all the trades and stuff that was going on with the free agency. Well, we didn't delve into that because that was a whole lot of stuff going on with that. But and so we talked mostly football. We talked a little bit about the Olympics as well. And again, like I said, if neither one of us follow the Olympics, and I know you mentioned that you kind of you up on that stuff. You followed,
Yeah, yeah, I did.
yeah. All right,
Yeah,
for somebody like me and Jay that don't follow it very much, we just
Yeah.
talked about Simone Biles, but give us a quick summary of what went down in the Olympics. We know the USA basketball team won, uh, and but other than that, I mean, what jumped out at you at the Olympics and stuff, as far as what went down in with track and field, and I guess some of the eh, remaining gymnastic events. I don't know if you follow that
yeah.
close, or swimming, or
I mean,
I don't know if.
yeah. Overall, I was kind of disappointed by the track and field, by the things that they did in track and field, some of the events. But one thing that was really nice, man, was what's her name? Felix. Man, she did her thing, and I feel that the girl. I think she's like about 34 years old, and she came in with a bronze medal. She got the bronze medal in the 400 meter race, and basically, man, it was just she basically did it by all heart. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of the younger the Olympians, I mean, they just didn't have the heart that she had to do the thing that she had. I mean, she even broke the record for the amount of medals. She even broke Carl Lewis' record. I
Mm,
think Carl Lewis' record was like 10 medals, and she came up with 11. And I was surprised she even won. She even helped win the relay. I think it was later on the day.
mm.
Yeah, but
Okay.
that's who I was really satisfied with. I mean, man, she was impressive.
Mm. Okay. Well, that's interesting
Yeah,
to know, because she was rolling
yeah,
like that, then, huh? That's good. That's
yeah.
good, man. Like I said, I I didn't follow it all at all actually, and the one event I wanted to see was when Simone went through her gymnastic stuff, but she wound up missing like what 3 or 4 events. So, but yeah, what? Let me ask you this: what American in track and field? What name could we need to start looking out for in track and field now? I mean, back in the day, we,
Oh, yeah. They have this young girl. I think she's about 19 years old, and I'm not too sure what her name. I think it's Ating Mu, and she runs the 800. Oh man, she was very impressive. Yeah, she was very impressive.
Hmm, okay, all right. Well, that's good to know. I mean, 'cause like I said, these athletes that are 18, 19 years old, they're going to be around again 4 years from now.
Oh
So,
yeah, hey,
Oh
that's super
yeah,
young right there.
oh yeah, man. Well, they had another. They had a. I think the guy was. I'm not sure. I think the guy was like 17 years old. His last name was Knighton, and I think he ran the 400 meter. And man, I mean, he looked very impressive during the trials and everything. But when it came down to the finals of the 400 meters, he came in like about fourth place. But I think he has a little future with him too.
hmm,
Yeah.
okay, all right. Well, that's good, man. So there's some promising there. Do they still do boxing in the Olympics or what?
Yeah, they did the boxing. I watched a few of the boxing matches. But no nobody really stood out to me.
Mm.
Yeah, with the Olympic boxing from the U.S. Yeah,
Hmm.
I didn't see anybody really stand out.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm curious to see, man. How that stuff is going to work out and turn out in the long run. See how that stuff is going to actually turn out and stuff. So it's just curious to see. Like I said, to me, the Olympics is kind of taking a step backwards and stuff. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, United States track and field, they 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 need a lot of work, man. Yeah, they need
Hmm.
a lot of work. Yeah.
Hey, what?
Even Carl Lewis was disappointed about the 4x100 relay, and because they came in like fourth place in the finals, and that's one race that we pretty much always win. And
Mm.
yeah, even Carl Lewis he came on Twitter and expressed his disappointment with the outcome of that.
Mm, wow. Well,
Yeah.
I guess, boy, look here. I guess we just ain't. I guess we just ain't putting out those track and field athletes like we used to back in the day.
They get
So
on
I
social media
know.
too much.
Yeah, I think social media has a lot to do with it, man. Yeah, I think social media has a lot to do with it.
yeah, and well, not only that, these younger ones, the younger generation, they ain't outside running around no more. They sitting up in front of that damn
That's
TV
Right,
true.
with they
right.
with
On,
their
on
Xbox.
social media.
Yeah, yep, on social, definitely
Yeah.
social media.
PlayStation, man.
you
They
know,
on
I
that PlayStation.
I walk my dog every day, and I'm in the neighborhoods walking my dog every day. You'd be surprised. I do not see no kids outside playing. I remember back in Back in the day, he would always see some kids outside playing. I see no kids outside playing.
Oh
That's
yeah,
really
yeah.
disturbing. Back in the
Back in the
day,
day,
we was outside
back in the
all
day,
day till the street lights was on.
exactly. Back in the day, your mom would just tell you, man, go run, man, go run,
Get out of here. Go
man, go on
somewhere.
out there and play, man. Yeah, get out
Play.
there and play, man. Yeah,
No doubt, man. They should tell you get out of this house and go out there and go outside and play. But
yeah, go
yeah,
out there and
now,
play, man.
I mean, understanding the times too. We know how dangerous that could be depending on where you're living at, even regardless of where you're living at, really, because these types of things can happen anywhere, man. But
Yep.
it's that's when the parents had time to keep an eye on you when they
Right.
take you
That's
outside. But
true.
now they put you outside. They ain't watching you,
Nah.
and so they ain't watching who
That's
approaching you.
true.
So
Nope.
it's still dangerous and stuff nowadays. So I can understand that part of it. If you're gonna tell them to go outside and play, you better if you do like grandma and them used to do, sit on the front porch and watch them play. You know.
Yep.
So
Oh
You gotta
yeah,
do it.
yeah. Back then though, man, it was back then, man. It was like you were running with so many different guys and stuff. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You
I was a
yeah, you
baby
running so
kid,
many
so ain't
different people,
nobody was
man.
gonna take me anyway.
Yeah, exactly. We
I was
had
a
attitude
baby's
back then.
kid.
Yeah, yeah.
oh my goodness. Let's see here. Looks like Black is trying to chime in, and his device is not connected. I'm not sure what that
What's with y'all?
he.
All y'all
Nah,
got
not
this
black.
cricket. Why all y'all got cricket?
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, better go ahead
Hey
and spend that
man,
extra dollar.
listen, man. Listen, man. Not a lot of us have iPhone 20s, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm working with an iPhone 7, brother.
What? I don't even have no iPhone. Period. I don't mess with that. I'm not paying no money for no phone like that. That's out. I ain't paying no stack for no
What you
phone.
got, Jonathan?
I got a
Jonathan, what you got, man?
Motorola 5G1.
Mm.
Oh
Cost
yeah,
$400. That's still too much money for me.
400.
It's
Oh
a
man,
damn
I
phone.
paid $200. I
It's a
paid two
damn
hundred dollars for this
phone. She didn't have
iPhone.
to pay two
It's
hundred
old.
dollars for no phone. It's a phone, bro. That's all they do
I know,
is, you know what
I
I
know,
mean? I'm
no.
not paying all that money for no damn phone.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
Yeah. Hey, listen. The phones are like they don't obviously we replace the computers nowadays. So
Mhm.
you got a phone that costs more than a big screen TV nowadays. So it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
ain't paying
true.
that. That's
That is
out.
true.
yeah. So
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I ain't trying to keep up with the Joneses on that one.
I'm good.
Sure. But
Hey,
so yeah,
Bingo,
man.
Bingo, what's your NFL team, man?
Where's my okay? That depends on who quarterbacking and who
Yeah, you
coaching.
never tell you Bingo, you never tell us who your NFL team is,
He
man.
got every jersey in NFL.
Yeah, yeah, I know. He wear every different jersey, man. But I never knew what Bingo's NFL team is, bro.
Hey, listen. Like I said, I'm gonna keep it simple here for you. My team is whoever's got typically it's the one with the black coach, the black quarterback, and black GM. That's who I usually roll with. And I don't stay. I follow the players. I don't stay with the teams. You know what I'm saying? I'll follow the players around the league. Like I was telling Jay earlier. I got
Oh,
about four or five.
so you
Deion
should be
Jack.
a
I got
Dolphin
4 or 5.
fan, brother.
I am reluctantly, but I am but I'm not a Tua fan.
So
I ain't feeling Tua.
Two gonna hold the
Oh,
Dolphins
you're
back.
not a Tour fan. Okay.
Yeah, but I think the Dolphins is ready to
You
win
think
right now.
so?
I think
Yes,
they
I
wanted to
think they're ready
win, but not with that quarterback though. That's
to win.
Marcus Mariota all over again.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know. I
but
think Mariota might be better than him.
you know what? Nah, come on, Bingo. Nah, but you know what, man? They have to pay Xavier. They have to pay Xavier and Howard, bro. They got to pay him his money, man.
Now they need to trade him to the 49ers.
You know what? I
Yeah,
got a different
I know. Everybody wants.
I got a different opinion about that thing with Xavier Howard is trying to pull off, man. To me, didn't he just sign a contract what a year ago, 2 years ago? And now,
Yeah.
because he had a very good year, all of a sudden he want to get paid more. Now, what happens? Let me ask you this: what would happen? Would have happened if he didn't have a good, better year? Maybe let's say he had a year that he dropped off last year. Do the owners have the right to come back and say, "Hey, listen, man, this certain amount of million that we're gonna pay you, we're gonna have to take some of that back because you didn't live up to expectations." Do they do that? No, no. So you can't base this
I
on
don't
a
know,
season.
man. That
He he want to get paid because he had a good year last year. Now he gonna come around here next year and stink the place up. And so now what you gonna do? Hey, listen, we're gonna take some of this money from you because you didn't live up to last year's expectation.
You know what? You got to have a smart agent like when you do these contracts because you can outplay your contract. If you balling out and your contract is weak, you know what I mean. I
yeah,
can see the frustration, but what you should
yeah,
do, what a lot of players do, is the agents they build in incentives. So if they outplay their contract, they still get a little bit more money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can throw
yeah,
you can throw
exactly.
those incentives in there, but I mean, come on now. 1 year, that's not enough time. That's too small of a sample size to say you outplayed your contract.
Oh
What
yeah,
about
no, no,
next
no. 1 year.
4
You
years?
got it has to
Yeah,
be at least 2, 3 years.
at least, I mean, just let's say, for
But
example, perfect example is Zach. I mean, Dak. Dak, I paid it. I played his contract, but they messed around and messed around, and they finally gave him his money. But during those first 4 years, man, the first year he outplayed his contract, but they didn't give him no raise. So that's what I'm saying. That's how this NFL works, man. And they can be
but
treacherous, but
Jerry Jones a little different though, bro. Jerry Jones a little different than most owners, man. But the
That's what
thing
it
is,
was
man,
doing.
NFL owners, a lot of NFLers are cheap, man. But dog, all he's asking for is like about 4 million for this year, man. 4 million extra this year. They could throw him that on the table.
under the table. Yeah, but like I said, though, when they underperform, look what happens when they underperform. Do you take money away from them?
Look at Le'Veon Bell.
Nah, yeah,
Right, right. Le'Veon Bell. I mean, you can
that's a
try to
perfect
go down
example.
the list and find players that underperform. So you know what I'm hoping. This is what I'm hoping the Dolphins do is you say, you know what, I got a strong feeling that he's messing with the wrong GM and coach, Xavier and Howard. I don't think they're gonna tolerate. They ain't gonna pay him that money. And I'm hoping they say, you know what, hey Houston,
You don't think so?
no, I think they're gonna stand their ground, and so they can say, hey, listen, Houston, we'll send him over there with a first round pick, 2 first round picks. Give us Deshaun.
And Tua. Bowser said Tua has too.
Yeah, I know. I was being nice and stuff. I would have gave Tua up. I would have gave him up last year. You know what I'm saying? But definitely. So that would have been nice. Yeah, that would have
Come
been. I
on,
mean,
man. Don't talk
turn
about
that
my
down.
Dolphins like that, bro.
Hey man, listen. The
Hey man,
Dolphins.
they didn't make it. So now
Don't talk about my
they
Dolphins like that, man.
but the Dolphins and traded with the 49ers. Now we got the best quarterback out of the whole draft, and y'all stuck with two.
Hey, who's the quarterback y'all drafted?
Trey Lance.
Who's the quarterback y'all drafted, Jonathan? Oh yeah, okay.
Trey
Yeah, man.
Lance.
But man, Tua, hey, believe me, Tua gonna do his thing. Tua gonna do his thing this year, brother.
He gonna
Watch.
throw some picks. I know that much.
Well, you know what? Like I said, well, he ain't got to look over his shoulder no more. I mean, because Fitz Magic ain't there, and to me, Fitzmagic was the best quarterback on that team last year. Fitzpatrick, he
Yeah,
was the best quarterback on the
yeah,
team,
boy, man. Man,
and you know what I'm
I
saying.
love Fitzpatrick, man. Yeah, I love
And
Man,
so,
Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick is not. I don't know how. Maybe since it was COVID, but Fitzpatrick is usually only good for 4 games, and after 4 games,
exactly,
he's done.
you're right.
He was
You're right.
suspended, I think, because of COVID. Because a lot of players didn't play for COVID, either didn't play or they had COVID and had to sit out and so forth and so on. So I don't think like if it was a normal season. I think it would have been 4 games like he usually do. Oh shit, he throwing 340 yards, then it's downhill after the rest of the season. If you see every place he go to, it be like that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's how he's made his living. Come
But
in, give you a good
yeah.
4 games.
But one thing you got to say about heart, man. Just like Allison Fitz's heart, bro.
Hmm. Wow. Yeah, I mean, listen, Fitzpatrick, man, he's made a career out of that. He's made a career out of that. And now he got paid in Washington. He's in Washington now. And he's going to be the starting
Washington got
quarterback.
no quarterback.
I know he gonna win. Like you said, he's gonna win them 4 or 5 games, probably because they got a good defense,
Yeah.
and so he's gonna win them by 4 or 5 games. But that's gonna be it. That's his max. So we'll see. I
So
see. I don't know
I think it went more than that, man. I think it went more than that, Big O.
who Fitzpatrick.
The only way it's possible because, like I said, like Bingo said,
Yeah,
he got
it
a really
went
good
more than that.
defense. But I
Yeah,
don't know. He start throwing them picks. I don't know about all that.
yeah.
He gonna win more than 4 games, man.
Well, they might win 5. How many they win last year?
Like 6 or 7, right?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
Yeah, how many did?
The who was it? The Giants won that division last year.
I think
With
so.
they won it under 500.
That's pathetic, man.
They won
Yeah,
the
Not
that is
division.
one
true.
team deserved to
That
go to
is
the
true. Yeah,
playoffs out of that division. Not
yeah.
one
That
team.
division was terrible, man.
Yeah, and I really think the
Yeah, that
Dallas
division
Cowboys
was terrible,
are.
bro.
Yeah, and so that's why I said they might win 4 or 5 because they always beat up on each
Did they
other
go
anyway.
what?
That's it. They always beat up on each other and stuff. That NFC East, you know, they all usually they're split down the line. But I think Dallas is going. I think Dallas is going to win that division this year. So, but I think Dallas is going to be
You
surprised some
think
teams.
so?
Yeah,
Dallas, nah,
yeah.
absolutely not. Dallas is
Actually,
just, I don't know.
hey,
I don't think
Maybe,
that is that
maybe the
dude.
Giants, man. Yeah, maybe the Giants. Maybe the Giants if they get Barkley back.
nah, The Giants ain't got enough. They still depending on Jones. Dak is the best quarterback in that division, and I think
Oh yeah,
Dak
I agree with that.
Dak's gonna light it up. He's gonna light it up. Listen, if you get a chance in fantasy football this year, make sure you take Dak. Put him at the top of the list.
Yeah, because they'll be down by 30, and he gets all those garbage points and those garbage stats. Because Dallas be down by 30. They ain't won shit with that yet. What
Hey,
is that?
they got a better defense this year.
What they got? They missed the
Yeah, that
playoffs
is
2
kind
years
of.
in a row, right?
Yeah. But they got a better defense this year, though. That's where I give them a chance. That's where I give them a chance.
That's just a trash division, man. I think that's still a heads up.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Hey Jonathan,
Hmm?
I think Bingo
Yeah.
undercover Dallas fan, bro. Yeah,
Nah,
I think he's an undercover Dallas fan, bro.
actually, I got a couple of Dak jerseys. I got a couple of Dak. I got some Dr. when he was at Dallas. I got a Dr. jersey when he was at Dallas. So I mean, I like the Cowboys, and I really do.
Yes,
And I think they're
Steve
gonna shock people.
even won.
I didn't hear you. What was that? What was that,
I
Tony?
don't think so, man.
Yeah, I think Dallas. I think Dallas is gonna win that division,
I don't
and
think so, man. You know I'm a
Me
Dallas
neither.
hater. I'm a Dallas hater, bro.
Washington might win that division. They got Hennessy. Hennessy looked all right. Whatever the hell his name is, the quarterback, that
for what?
backup quarterback. You remember that backup quarterback when they was playing in the playoffs? He was
Yeah.
playing good and then he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Heineke, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Heineken, whatever the
I
hell
think
his
it's
name is.
Heineke. Yeah, I think it's Heineke. But yeah, I mean, he shined in that one game, but again, that's a small sample size. So that's actually gave him opportunity to make the team. So they've seen enough to say, you know what, let's go out and get Fitzpatrick. They knew that little shining moment he had. it's not something he can probably sustain over a regular season.
He
That's
might
why
not be able to do it.
Fitzpatrick is a solid quarterback. So
Ugh.
yeah,
But
we just saw a glimpse of
don't they have Dallas? Don't Dallas have? Don't Dallas have Haskins back in Dak up?
No, he had
no.
Pittsburgh. Haskins with Pittsburgh.
Oh, he's in Pittsburgh. You're right. He's in Pittsburgh. Yeah, yeah. But they gotta keep him out of the strip clubs, bro. They gotta keep him out of strip clubs.
Yeah, he got.
Haskins might do something if they keep him out of
And his
strip clubs.
girlfriend went
Yeah.
upside his head.
Well, you know,
His
listen.
girlfriend went upside his head. Yeah, he need to stay out them strip clubs.
Listen, hey, listen. That's that young man coming out of college, boy. All of a sudden, give him all that money. And he don't know what to do with that money.
I know.
He go somewhere
Yeah, I
and make it
know.
rain. Yep,
Yeah, I know.
yep.
Yeah, he in Pittsburgh
Yeah,
now, so
because
hopefully
you
he
remember
can
what
turn it
happened?
around.
Remember what happened
Yeah.
to the market, man? Remember
Who?
money? He didn't want to pay him, bro.
Yeah,
Marcus
the
Russell, remember
Marcus.
he got paid up with Oakland, and he didn't want to
Yeah,
play anymore for the boy from LSU.
right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
man.
great.
Hey,
That
man,
was great.
we in the chat. We in the chat. That girl back there, paying me back. My old money. Man. Yeah, man.
They finna kick you out.
You guys in the room and you all
Hey, don't they know you on start?
Yeah, man, this man talking crazy stuff, man. I don't know what's wrong with him, man. Sorry about that, big old man. Sorry for the
Hey,
interruption, bro.
hey. Well, listen. Look where you at.
Somebody
You know?
just talking some random stuff to you.
Yeah, he's just talking trash, man. I guess he know I'm on YouTube or whatever, so he's just talking trash. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, look here, fellas. We had about an hour and a half in and stuff. So what we're gonna do is what I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut this short at this point. And like I said, we can do this. We can do the sports fanatics every week. So if y'all down with it again next
Okay.
week, we can
Yeah,
pick
I'm
a day
down.
and say um, Friday or Saturday. So it depends on what's the best day for you guys. Saturday probably be the best day because
Okay.
you haven't just you're not at work or you just got off of work. But what I'm thinking about doing and I'll reach out to both of y'all is do my happy hours on the virtual maybe either on Friday and that way we gonna sit around and
Okay.
you can't be at happy hours in your favorite spot, Tony. You got too much interference and feedback
Hey,
there.
listen, big old. Next time, man, I'm gonna be at a good spot, have a good connection. We're gonna work it out, man.
All right, all right. That sounds like.
Got you, man. I got you, Bingo.
And your boy Black, he's been
Okay.
trying to come in, but he keeps saying his device is not connected. So I know he ain't doing something right. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm sure he ain't doing something right. But he's tried several times, so I can't get on him too hard because at least he's tried. You know what I'm saying? He has tried, and
Right.
you have to go over that with him when you see him, Tony. Just show him what he needs to do.
Next time I work with him, man, I get him in.
Yeah, because he was there. I could see him trying to get in, but it wouldn't connect with his device.
Yeah.
Like they said, he gonna have to get rid of that flip up
Okay.
because that ain't gonna work.
He got a flip phone. What?
Hey, John, it's nice.
1998.
See you in a minute.
Yeah.
1990. You got that 1998. Wait till I see Black, man. I'm gonna be down there in the next couple of months. Wait till I see Black, boy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely. And so yeah, man. So yeah, definitely. I would say my next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna do the happy hour on the virtual, and then maybe that either that or Sports Fanatics 2. And again, we'll just kind of pick up where we kind of left off today. There's going to be all kind of stuff going on. I mean, NFL kicks off on September opening day.
Yeah.
Preseason start this weekend, right after
Yeah,
next weekend,
sometime in
right?
September.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yes.
So yeah. So that's kind of where we're headed with that, man. And like I said, just make sure y'all click on the subscribe button and the notification, and trying to build a little bit of membership here. That way, we can try to do some things that I got a few ideas I want to try to throw out there and see if they turn into anything. But you know, at first things first, you do need support, from people, and not just people but people you don't know, people that that they know. So
Right.
that's kind of how you build that network of things when it comes to this stuff. So I'll be looking for y'all support in that regards. Other than that,
Okay,
anybody
yeah,
got
that was
anything they
good.
want to throw out there?
Nah, I'm good.
Tony?
Man, just can't wait for football season, brother.
Yep.
Well, it started. You just had your Hall of Fame game, so it's football
Yep.
season is officially started on the Hall of Fame game. But I know what you're saying. For some real
Oh yeah,
football,
Yep.
that's what you're talking about.
yeah, some
And
real
Yeah.
football. Yep.
And next, and when we meet up again, we're gonna definitely talk about this NBA thing because I got a lot to say about what went down and how my Lakers gonna win the championship this year. So for all y'all out there that's hating on them because of their age, I got news for you, boy. Look here, don't let that number fool you. Them boys gonna be ready to ball, and they gonna come out here, boy. They ain't taking no prisoners. I'm trying to tell you, the Los Angeles Lakers will win the 2022 NBA
Yeah,
championship. And
that's a
I mean,
whole that's an old school team.
hey, and that's who win the championships. Old school teams. Think about it. You don't see no young team. Listen, Phoenix was the youngest team in the league. Did they win? Who beat them?
Giannis beat him.
Yeah,
I can't name
Milwaukee.
any other player.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
Giannis
though,
played his ass off, man.
they didn't have a young team. Milwaukee's not a young team. They had veterans. Them young teams will get you through the season,
Yeah.
but they ain't gonna win you the championship.
I'm gonna roll with the Lakers because they got LeBron.
Yeah. Well, you going
You
out on
said
a
y'all
limb.
rolling with the Lakers, man.
Because they got LeBron.
Yeah, I mean,
Y'all rolling with the
they got more
Lakers?
than LeBron.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Come on, Tony. I mean,
Yeah,
I respect the Heat.
Man, soon as AD stop getting injured, y'all might do something, bro. Come on, man.
Well, listen, we'll continue this conversation. Like I said, we'll pick up on this on Sports
Yeah.
Fanatics number 2. And with that being said, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to close this thing out for the day. And we definitely get back at everybody next week. And like I said, we can either do the happy hour thing, or we can do the Sports Fanatics. All right.
All right. I can't hear you now, but
Okay. All right, big old.
all right.
Still there, Tony? This has been a broadcast. DJ B Long Studio. Appreciate those of you that had a chance, opportunity to join us. Make sure you check us out again on our next segment, Sports Fanatics. And also, keep in mind, be on the lookout. We will be doing happy hour on the virtual. That's coming up next week. Make sure you lock it in. I'll definitely holler at you and see if you want to get on the panel and join us for happy hour on the virtual. DJ B Long signing out. Y'all have a good one. Later.